It is time for road course racing in the Gatorade Cup Series. This is race number 21 of 38 in season number 10. This is the Amazon 300 at the Denver Motorsports Park Roval. Jonathan Beeford in car number 1 has won the pole for today's race, outside second the 7 of Griffin Lynn. Then third we have Jose Mills, fourth is Justin Zidell, rounding out the top 5 it's Edwin Mendez, the 11 car. Then 6th we have Jeff Bright, in 7th it's Derek Hamill, 8th we have Riley Spurleytube, in 9th it's Carter Friesen, and rounding out the top 10 it's Scott Gregory in the 14 car. The rest of the field, there's Sebastian Kukulon inside of him, TJ Henley the 23, with Adam Garcia and Coluigi in the 42. Then there's Riley Sampson and Nathan Stapleton, with Jay Jefferson, winner at Denver earlier in the season. That was the Roval, looking to win here again. Outside of him, points leader Dale Lightning the 47. Then there's Eli Bright and Trey Rainey, with Kashawn Richardson and Anthony Nez the 4. Then there's Marshall Burrow and Zachary Fitzwater Sr., with Anthony Fox and Isaac Nichols the 48, with Marcus Sachi and Antonin Charles-Bois. Then there's Nathan Ormond and Levi Shones, with Jake Richardson and Casey Nanico the 43. Then there's Max Anderson and Michael Gregory, with Carson Bowers and William Bullen, JJ Reed and Luke Rainey, Steve Morgan and Diego Yepes. And the final row, Roman Fenway the 13 and 41st, and in 42nd position the 6th car of Ryan Brommer. There's our 42 car field for the Amazon 300 at the Denver Roval. Let's go to trackside and fire these race engines up.
Drivers, start your engines.
.42 engines firing up and rolling off the starting grid for road course racing as we head down to the Gatorade Cup Series season number 10 chase. But not to be forgotten in this race, 18 years ago to this day, was September 11th, 2001, when horrible terrorist attacks were struck on the United States of America. Twin Towers falling, Pentagon, plane crashing into a field in Pennsylvania. That is why in this race, on the first lap, we will take a lap of silence for those who died in those September 11th attacks, those first responders who tried to save those innocent Americans' lives. All of them ended up passing away. So in the first of 12 laps here for the Amazon 300, let's go silent and remember those who passed away to try and save others in the September 11th, 2001 crashes. Green flag in the air. Well, it was a crazy first lap there. Through the first few corners, they were 2x2 all the way back through the field, but quickly the field sprouting out to where we're single file for most of the field. A few spurts of double file here and there. Trey to the inside of Coluigi, bringing Jay Jefferson with him. But otherwise, we're single file at the front of the field as the rest of the field tries to get recollected, get back into their positions. Some 2 and 3 wide back here, but otherwise, we are still clean. Jonathan Buford from the pole gets win the lead. Griffin Lee, who started second, is now up to second. Jose Mills, who started third, is third. Those front three break away. Then Justin Zaidel currently holds fourth over two teammates of Derek Campbell and Edwin Mendez, who are fifth and sixth. Jeff Bright's at the top 10, 7th. He really needs this day. Trying to make the chase for the first time since season 6 is that 5 team. They're looking strong right now so far early on. The Denver Roval. He goes a little wide right there through that corner, and Riley's pretty close to the 26. He also needs a great day. Be a good points day for Riley if he could continue on inside the top 10. Here's Carter Freeze and Scott Greger just behind him. First battle for 12th. Nathan Stapleton getting by the 23 of TJ Hanley, so move Stapleton to 12th. Hanley back to 13th and battle with Adam Garcia. Now in the 22 car. Just behind them in 15th is Trey Rainey and Jay Jefferson in 16th. For Jay Jefferson, he won at the oval configuration here in Denver earlier in the season. Looking to continue the trend of performing well here at Denver and get a top 10 and a good points day for that 78 team at their home track. Garcia still trying to get by TJ Hanley as the 23 went back to the 22, but Garcia can't get the power down. Hanley back clear for 13th. Garcia keeps 14th. Trey Rain going to try and keep 15th over Jay Jefferson. Was a nice run going in the 78 car. Back up at the front of the field, spread out. You can see John Three for the nice gap over Griffin Lynn and Jose Mills. Battle for 4th is on. Zaidel trying to hold off Derek Hamill as the 20 car tries to gain on the 10. And back here, car sliding through the chicane. The battle's on for 15th. Jay Jefferson to the inside of Trey Rainey. They go side by side down the front stretch. Trey Rainey outside. Jay Jefferson inside. Side by side for the top 15. Jay Jefferson going to try and take it from Trey Rainey. I think Jay's going to have it right here. 10 laps to go. The 78 car to 15th. Rainey back to 16th. Here comes the 3 of Kashawn Richardson. Heartbreaking loss at the Bristol Dirt Race last race. He was leading and got involved in a crash. He'll look for 16th on Trey Rainey, but the 18 keeps it in line for now. The 3 car holds 17th for now. So Jay Jefferson up inside the top 15. Can he try and move his way back forward? See right here down the through the oval section of the racetrack, the 1 really kind of loses ground because of the draft, the 7 and the 27 again. However, through this middle section, the 1's a lot better in these corners. So I think the 1 may be set up for more handling rather than speed. 7 cars and others behind are set up to try and get the speed down on this oval section, get up to the 1 car, get in the draft, and try and get around. The draft's so big here in the oval section. Battle for 6th as Jeff Bright closes down to the back of the 11 to Edwin Mendez. The race nose tail 6th and 7th. Just behind Jeff, Riley Spurley, 2 car, Freeze and Scott Gregory. For 13th, Hanley still trying to hold off Ab Garcia. Jay Jefferson there, and here comes the battle back here. Eli Brett looked on Trey Rainey. He's falling behind the 3 and the 42. So Trey now outside the top 15. He's all the way back to 18th as Luigi moves to 17th because Sean Richardson up to 16th. So Trey falling back here as we're almost 3 laps down. Eli Bright trying to close on the 18 car for 18th. Zachary Fitzgerald Sr. rounds at the top 20. Riley Sampson 21st. Dale Edding looks for 21st. Our points leader coming into the race. Jose Mills second in points, currently runs inside the top 3. So Dale Edding trying to get every spot he can for every point he can. He'll move to the inside. Riley Sampson trying to get around the 40 car, and he will right there in the chicane. So Dale Edding gets by Sampson. Now Anthony Nash tries to get around the 40 car. He will easily. Marshall Burrow going to follow the 4 car through. Here comes Isaac Nichols, the 48. He'll try and get in the draft and fall by Marcus Sachi, Daytona winner. So the 48 will get around the 40 as well. 17 going to try and do the same. Marcus Sachi. He'll get to the inside. Riley Sampson. He'll get around possibly through oval 1 and 2. Marcus Sachi gets that spot from Riley Sampson. Marshall Burrow on Anthony Nez for a spot. This is for 22nd. Burrow to the inside, trying to grab the spot away from Hernandez. He'll do it. So Marshall Burrow to 22nd. Here's back to 23rd. And back here, these fights are, and these battles are definitely raging on. Trey Ray back by Colucci for 17th. As Adam Garcia pressures TJ Henley again. That's for 13th on the racetrack. Back up at the front, just want to make sure Jonathan Buford still holding the lead. Griffin Lynn still in 2nd. Jose Mills still in 3rd. Justin Zaidel 4th. Derek Hamill 5th. Edwin Mendez 6th. Jeff Bright 7th. Riley Spurley 8th. 9th. Carter Friesen. Scott Gregory in 10th. But the battle for 13th back is pretty entertaining. Adam Garcia trying to run down TJ Hanley. Jay Jefferson rides in 15th with Sean Richardson in 16th. And here's the battle for 17th. It's still going on. Trey Rennie just got back by Cole Luigi, but once again, the 42 not letting the 18 get away, and they run nose to tail, 17th and 18th, and Eli Bright 19th, and Zachary Fitzgerald Sr. inside the top 20, with Dale Lightning in 21st, Marshall Burrow 22nd, Anthony Harris back to 23rd, Isaac Nichols now up to 24th, Marcus Sachi 25th, Riley Simpson all the way back to 26th, and being pressured from Levi Shones in the 21 car. cars all over the place here. As Burrow tries to hold off Hernandez in the draft, the 4 car coming up onto the 95. Inside the top 10, some cars going wide through the chicane, others trying to keep it down low. It allows for different runs being made. Derek Kim with a run to Justin Justin Zeidel for 4th. The 20 car in the draft to the 10 car. Back here, the top 10, staying consistent. This is the closest battle inside the top 10. Zeidel holds it. Derek Campbell wants that spot. See in the draft how much the 7 closes onto the 1 car, but through the inner portion of the lap, through the infield section, the 1 pulls back away. As Derek Hamill trying to get by Justin Zeidel, who's trying to get around Jose Mills, who's trying to get around Griffin Lee, who's trying to get around Jonathan Buford. The front 5 have broken away from 6th on back. Here's the battle for 10th. Sebastian Kukulan closes down to the 14th, Scott Gregory. And back here, Jay Jefferson trying to fend off good Sean Richards as he tries to get around Adam Garcia in the 22 car. Trey Rainey back there holds 17th. Cole Luigi now falling back into the clutch with Eli Bright. That's 18th and 19th on the racetrack. Marshall Bill trying to keep ahead of Anthony Nez in the 4 car, gaining back in the 95. One of my favorite corners on the racetrack is right there as they go downhill. It's like an S's type corner. It's a very, very interesting corner. You have to be very, very strong and technical through that section. Definitely a driver's corner. And this is also a corner that matters a lot. This is exiting onto the oval section of the racetrack. So that means if you get a great corner exit right there and get the power down, you'll have great corner exit speed and have great oval speed for this whole oval section as they go through 3 and 4, and then they come out onto what is the front stretch chicane. Once again, the front 5 have broken away. Jonathan Buford, all the 1 car so far, as he's out in front from the pole position. Griffin Lynn from 2nd rides to 2nd. Jose Mills in 3rd and 3rd. The front 5 start right where they're running. And Lynn with a nice run onto the 1 of Buford right there. Got a great gain. Once again, you need that draft and you need to be fast through the intersection. I believe the 1's just too much better right now than the 7 of Griffin Lynn through that infield section to have the 7 do something with that 1 car. But through the oval section, the 7 is definitely faster in the draft, closing in, but it's just not enough. Yeah, he closes in, but all the ground he gains on the oval section, he loses in the infield section. So he needs to do a little bit more than what he's doing right now in the oval section. He has to also be better in the infield section. Once again, we'll have pit stops coming up. So at some point, these drivers are going to have to make some green flag pit stops. So that could definitely allow for some changes to happen. Do you pit sooner? Do you gain spots? Do you pit later? Or do you lose spots? You see right there, Griffin Lynn struggled through that corner. And he lost a ton of ground to the 1 of Jonathan Buford and allowed Jose Mills and Justin Zeidel 3rd and 4th to close in. Back here, no battles inside the top 20. Everyone just minding their P's and Q's right now. Marcus Touch trying to have Levi Shones as Riley Simpson's falling back to 27th, make it 28th as Anthony Charles Bobs moved around. Back here to the field as they run through. So basically single file all throughout the field right now. This is before pit cycles have started. As we're going to get halfway this time by, well, it'll be 6 laps down, 6 to go in the Amazon 300. We've been caution-free so far, and once we get to the halfway point, the fuel window opens up, and we expect to see some of the front runners on pit road try and undercut and leapfrog some of the others. Jose Mills didn't really get that corner well. Zeidel closed in a little in the 10 car, as Lynn's going to try and once again close back into the 1, Jonathan Buford, using the draft in this oval section. For 8th, Carter Friesen closing on Riley Spurley 2. That could be a good battle shaping up. As Spurley 2 tries to fend off Carter Friesen the 34. Through the front stretch chicane, Jonathan Buford goes wide. Griffin Lynn was a little bit closer to the apex of the corner. And Jose Mills has a run for a second with Justin Zeidel pushing him. So Lynn lost any grounds. We're halfway done. Jonathan Buford will get the most laps no matter what here today. The battle's on for 2nd. Mills and Justin Zeidel. Here comes for 3rd. Zeidel pulls on Mills. Battle for 3rd. Justin Zeidel and Jose Mills go side by side through oval 1 and 2. With them being side by side, does Derek Campbell in 5th position close in? Still side by side into the first corner entering the infield. Mills going to have to give it up to Zeidel, so the 10 car to 3rd now. Here comes Hamill attacking for 4th on Mills. Can he keep it there? Got some wheel spin on corner exit. He could not keep it down beneath the 27 Jose Mills. Edwin Mendez in 6th, trying to close in with Jeff Bright in 7th. Spurley Dubinate has gone away from Carter Friesen in 9th. Scott Gregory currently 10th with Kukul on 11th. For 6th, once again, Mendez still holding up the 5 of Jeff Bright. And that time through the oval section, Griffin Lynn didn't really gain much on Jonathan Buford, the 1 car, pulling back ahead to a nice steady margin. Zaydell, though, he had a great oval section. He gained a spine. He's now up inside the top 3. And is he going to try and undercut right here, maybe on pit stops? Is he going to say, hey, I want to come down early and get some tires and get the fuel early? Or are these drivers going to think, do I want to stay out? Once again, just think, if you come down pit road and a yellow flag comes out, those drivers aren't going to come down pit road until the yellow flag. You would leapfrog them. Zaydell wide right there onto the rumble strips. And Mills goes back in for third. So Zaydell just got third, but now Mills goes back in, but I don't think the 27 has enough speed to get to the 10 by him. So pit window is open for any of these front runners to come down pit road if they want to. Jonathan Buford, the first to hit pit entry. Will he come down? Will he stay out? He'll stay out. Does anyone dare come down this early? If I'm someone back half of the top 10, I'll definitely come down, but no one is deciding to come down right now. Come to 5 to go. Everyone's staying on the racetrack. Marshall Burrow, the first to make the move in. Marcus Sacchi will make the move in. So the 95 car, he came in 22nd. Marcus Sacchi came in 25th. Where will they cycle around to after pit cycles have ended? Looks like the third two of Diego Pez as well has come down pit road. It'll be those three that have come down the pit lane. They have come down first with 5 laps to go. They're doing the undercut strategy. So now who do you expect to come down this time by? Lynn once again messing up that corner. He did catch it though before he messed it up a lot. He will lose some ground to Jonathan Buford, but not as much as he would have lost if he could not correct his mistake. So how about that? Only 3 cars deciding the undercut strategy. Marshall Burrow going to leave pit road right there. The big benefit for them, if a yellow flag comes out, they leapfrog everyone else. So they're praying right now, yellow flag comes out. They stand the lead lap, a yellow flag comes out. And they would get all these positions. They'd be 1, 2, 3. That'd be a huge gain for them because they're all back outside the top 20. Burrow's 22nd, the highest that came in. Marcus Sacchi 25th. And Yepes was back in the 30s. Lynn closed down Jonathan Buford right there through the infield section. He kept it close, and now can he exit the infield section well and get out onto the oval section and get some speed built up? Jonathan Buford trying to fend off Griffin Lynn, who's trying to get there and win. Once again, it'll be his 3rd win of the season. He has that All-Star win as well to back him up, so he's in the chase no matter what. He's just going for wins this season, which is why I'm honestly surprised the most of the 7 did not come down the pit lane right there that last lap because he has nothing to lose. He can come down and risk it. So let's see who comes down this time. Jonathan Buford, our race leader. He'll enter the front 5. The front 3 have come in. Mills will stay out with Derek Campbell and others. Riley Sprosy will come down. Who's the next one to hit? So the front 3 have come down with Riley Sprosy, but the rest of the field staying on the racetrack for now. Here comes Riley Sampson entering pit road. So 5 cars hit pit road that time. Mills now takes the lead in the 27. Derek Campbell in 2nd. Edwin Mendez 3rd. And Jeff Bryant 4th. Race leader Jonathan Buford decides to come down pit road with the rest of the front 3. So Buford getting work down that 1 car. 4 tires going on that machine. Make it 2 tires. Lynn leads with the 1 car. They go side by side. Oh, who's got the advantage here on pit exit? Door to door and rubbing off pit road. Jonathan Buford tries to beat Griffin Lynn off. I believe he may have. Buford beats the 7 off, so Lynn could not jump him there on pit strategy. Zaydell comes down 3rd, a mile back. He's back there with Riley Sprolitube. Can Lynn get the draft up here on the get up to speed lap? He's over the back of the 1 of Jonathan Buford. Staying with them as now they can exit onto the racetrack. Does Lynn make a move ever to the inside? He was right beside the 1 of Buford, but never had the chance to make it work. Now where's Burrow and the others? There's Sachi's actually leaped the 95 on pit exit. Lynn over the back of the 1 of Jonathan Buford. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Jose Mills, who comes in 2nd in the point standing, stays out to lead a lap for 5 bonus points. That's obviously towards the championship. As most of the field is still yet to come down pit road. In all, I believe 8 cars have decided to come down the pit lane. As Jonathan Buford, our race leader, has done his service. He's currently beat Griffin Lynn out as they came in 1st and 2nd. What does Jose Mills do? He came 4th. He now leads the race, and he'll come down the pit lane this lap. Does anyone dare stretch it more? As we're coming to 3 to go, does anyone dare stay out even longer? Looks like all the field coming down. The top 15 has come down. The top 20 will come down. Top 25 is in. Top 30 and the whole rest of the field will merge onto the pit road which now leaves Jonathan Beeford ahead of Griffin Lynn by just about a car length. Lynn now in the draft on this oval section. What can he do with the draft? We're coming to 3 to go. Jose Mills has the lead, but once again, he's on pit road and is making his pit stop currently. And what does Beeford and Lynn do? Nicely through the chicane right there. And Griffin Lynn in the draft now. Jonathan Beeford can't make a move. Beeford started on points, dominated this race. He's led every single lap he can based off of, green flag and not under pit cycles. But let's see what the 1 of Jonathan Beeford does. What does the 7 Griffin Lynn do in the draft? Here comes the cars, leaving Jose Mills and Nathan Stapleton the first to come off pit road right there. And it looks like the 40 of Sampson has crashed on the entrance to pit road. But I don't think a yellow flag has come out. There's the 1 to 7. Cars sliding their tires, trying to get out. But Jonathan Beeford beats Lynn out, but here comes Jose Mills. He'll try to get to second over Griffin Lynn, trying to fight for that spot. They race door to door for P2. Mills and Lynn look like the 7 gets it there. So Griffin Lynn to second again. Mills now up to third. He slides wide through that corner. Nathan Stapleton a great gain to 4th. Justin Zidell back to 5th. Mendez 6th. Derek coming back to 7th. Sprotube up to 8th. 9th for Kukulon. Jay Jefferson to the top 10. Adam Garcia 11th. 12th Scott Gregory. Michael Gregory in 13th. The battle for 14th is on. Jeff Rice falling outside the top 10 to 14th. Sean Richard now 15th. Carter Friesen back to 16th. Marcus Sachi and Marshall Burrow worked for them. Sachi went from 25th to 17th. Marshall Burrow from 22nd to 18th. So their undercut there worked for those 2 drivers. As now 3 cars break away. Jonathan Beeford, Griffin Lynn, and Jose Mills. Those front 3 right now in the battle for the win. As Riley Sampson, the crash has put him out of the race. There's William Bolin. Carson Bowers are at the back of the field. For Riley Sampson crashing on pit entrance. Puts the 40 car out of the race in 42nd position. Jonathan Beeford leads the way. We're coming to 2 to go this time by. That'll be 7.5 miles remaining around the Denver Roval. Jonathan Beeford has dominated here today from the pole position. He's basically led every single lap. Griffin Lynn has basically been second every single lap, and Jose Mills has been top 5 every lap. 2 laps to go in the Amazon 300. Jonathan Beeford has pulled away from Griffin Lynn and Jose Mills. 3rd place, Nathan Stapleton. Justin Zidell now 4th. Edwin Mendez 5th. How about Riley Sprotube? Or excuse me, Zidell's 5th. Mendez is 6th. Sprotube's now 7th. Derek Hamill now back to 8th. Jay Jefferson up to 9th. Adam Garcia up to 10th. Michael Gregory 11th. Kukulon now back to 12th. The battle for 13th as Jeff Wright tries to slice his way back through the field. He's inside the top 10 once pit cycle start, but now he's back to 14th, trying to get to 13th over Scott Gregory. And then 15th is a ways back. Marshall Burrow just has gotten by Sean Richardson and Carter Friesen as Marcus Sachi starts to fall back on some worn rubber. Jeff Wright gets the spot from Scott Gregory, trying to get Sebastian Kukulon for another spot. That would be to 12th. As up front, these front 3. This is a 3-car race for the win. 2-car battle for 5th. As Stapleton and Zidell run 4th and 5th. Mendez in 6th. Sprotube 7th. Derek Kimmel 8th. Jay Jefferson up to 9th. And 10th for Adam Garcia. This will be a great day for Jay Jefferson if he can hold it inside the top 10. As Furniture Racing is based out Denver, Colorado. We're right now racing in their home track. And this is definitely big for the 78 teams. It looks like they'll try and hold on and finish top 10 in both the Denver races this season. Jonathan Beeford, though, trying to hold on and win from the pole position. The veteran, the Gatorade Cup Series, not had a very good season. But a win at the Denver Roval could be a big momentum booster. Another win in his Gatorade Cup Series career. Griffin Lynn trying anything he can to get to the 1-car and get a pass made. And for 4th, Justin Zidell coming back forward, get to the inside. Nathan Stapleton to 16. And what does 6th place Edwin Mendez do in the drafts? He's running them down because they're side-by-side in front. Jonathan Beeford's going to take the white flag in the 1-car one last time around the Denver Motorsports Park Roval. Justin Zidell and Nathan Stapleton are wheel to wheel. Zidell gets to 4th. Stapleton now 5th. Edwin Mendez is 6th. White flag, last lap in the Amazon 300. A 3-car race for the top 5 with Nathan Stapleton, Edwin Mendez, and Riley Sprotube one last time around Denver. 3.75 miles remain. Can Stapleton haul off for 5th? Big battle for the top 5, currently brewing. As Mendez trying to peek to the inside of Stapleton. Can he outbrake him into this corner? Turn 3. He does. Mendez to 5th. Stapleton might fall back to 7th as Riley Sprotube looks for 6th. The 26 will take that spot away, so Sprotube up to 6th now. Stapleton back to 7th. Hamill currently holds 8th. Garcia gets to 9th. Jay Jefferson back to 10th. Can he try to hold off Michael Gregory for the top 10? Jeff Bryce gained up to 13th. He's on the back of Sebastian Kugelon now for 12th. And Michael Gregory trying to get inside the top 10, trying to get by the 78 Jay Jefferson. That's the battle for 10th. Jefferson goes wide through that corner. Gregory goes low. The fight for 10th, the fight for the win. And the fight for the top 5. Up at the front of the field, Jonathan Buford holding off Griffin Lynn in the 7 car. I think Buford might just be running 80% right now. Doesn't have to push it hard. Now exiting onto the oval section for the final time. Jonathan Buford holding Griffin Lynn at bay. Gets off the corner well. That's what he needed to do right there. If he messed up any point, if he stumbled off that corner, the 7 would have gained right back in. But Buford gets off the corner well, and as long as he doesn't mess up the chicane, he will be a winner at the Denver Roval. The rest of the field pretty well sewn in. The battle for 10th. Jay Jefferson ahead of Michael Gregory, trying to stay ahead of Sebastian Kugelon. Into the chicane, Jonathan Buford leads Griffin Lynn, Jose Mills. A dive bomb out of the 7 car does not work. Back to the checker flag. Jonathan Buford dominates the Denver Roval. He'll win the Amazon 300 from the pole position. Jonathan Buford, the winner in Denver. Griffin Lynn ran second all race. He'll end up in second. Jose Mills third. The rest of the field coming across. But a great result for Jonathan Buford as he wins for Chip Ganassi Racing from the pole position. Jonathan Buford is a winner in Denver. Let's go see the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Amazon 300 at the Denver Motorsports Park. We did not have a caution flag here today, and 3 lead changes among 3 different drivers, as Jonathan Buford from the pole position leads 10 of the 12 laps to victory lane. Griffin Lynn right where he started second, same with Jose Mills in third, Justin Zaydell in fourth, and Edwin Mendez rounds out the top 5. So the top 5 finished first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, right where they started first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. Brian Sprutube gains 2 spots up to 6th. How about Nathan Stapleton? He started 15th, moves up to 7th in the finishing order. Derek Hamill 8th, Adam Garcia 9th, and Jay Jefferson does hold on for the top 10 at the end. How about Michael Gregory? Started 34th. At road course, it's supposed to be impossible to go from 34th to 11th without a caution flag, but Gregory does it. 34th to 11th for the 41 team, a great day. Kukulon 12th. Jeff Bright falls to 13th. Scott Gregory 14th. And Marshall Burrow, the undercut works for him. He was 22nd when he did the undercut. He moves up to finish inside the top 15. Carter Friesen 16th. Kashan Richardson 17th. Marcus Sachi also did the undercut. He came out, I think, 25th. Went out 18th, so not too bad for the 17. Coluigi 19th. And TJ Henley rounds out the top 20. As we look down, Anthony Nash 21st, Anthony Fox 22nd, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. 23rd, Eli Bright 24th, Anthony Sharpline 25th, with Trey Rainey 26th, Levi Jones 27th, Casey Nacko 28th, 29th Max Anderson, JJ Ray in 30th, 31st Dale Lightning, 32nd Nathan Ormond, 33rd Diego Yapez, 34th Steve Morgan, 35th Ryan Brommer, Isaac Nichols 36th, Luke Rainey 37th, Roman Fenway 38th, Jake Richardson 39th, Carson Bowers 40th, 41st William Bowen, and 42nd out of the race because of the crash, Bradley Sampson in the 40 car. Let's now go see the point standings. We are inching closer to chase time. Here's how the points look 21 races into the season. Jose Mills picks up his 11th top 10 of the season, and it moves him back into the points. He's 57 ahead of Dale Lightning, who now falls to second. Marshall Burrow currently holds down the 4th and 3rd. Griffin Lynn 4th, and Riley Sprutube inside the top 5. 6th place we have Jay Jefferson, 7th is Adam Garcia, 8th we have Eli Bright, Nathan Ormond in 9th, and Riley Sampson holding the final spot inside the top 10. 27 back of the top 10, 11th is Jeff Bright in the 5 car, 12th is Carson Bowers, 13th Nathan Stapleton, 14th Carter Friesen, Sebastian Kukulon 15th, Trey Rainey 16th, 17th Justin Zaydell, 18th Edwin Mendez, Max Anderson 19th, and Anthony Fox rounds up the top 20. Our 2 wildcard spots are currently 11th and 12th in points. Jeff Bright 11th in points, Carson Bowers 12th in points. Other drivers who can get the wildcard spot who are inside the top 20, Trey Rainey in 16th and Sebastian Kukulon in 15th. They could also have a shot at the wildcard spot depending on how the rest of the regular season goes. Luke Rainey as well, win at Bristol Dirt. Bad day here, but he moves down only to 21st, so he's still within a shot of the top 20. Another win would get that 2 car almost a guaranteed spot into the chase. 22nd Scott Gregory, 23rd Roman Fenway, 24th Diego Yapez, and Marcus Sanchez Daytona went down in 25th. And Zachary Fitzwater Sr. 26th, Anthony Nash 27th, Coluigi 28th, JJ Reed 29th, TJ Henley 30th, and all these winners down here. Isaac Nichols down 33rd, Ryan Brommer is 35th, Jonathan Buford down 40th in points as his first victory of the season here today at Denver. And 42nd Derek Hamill obviously won back earlier in the season at Pocono. But there are the points after Denver. Drivers who are in the chase right now, drivers who are out of the chase right now, 21 races into the season. The next race is not going to be pretty. It's going to be a crazy one for sure as we go to the Iowa Speedway, Newton, Iowa for the Dr. Pepper 400. I will see you guys then.